Osun State online media.
Hello legends, welcome to my channel. So guys, on this video we're gonna watch the interesting moment as Davido arrived Osun State to celebrate with his uncle. The Nigerian popular Afrobeat superstar Davido has arrived his home state, Osun State, to celebrate with his uncle. The Governor Adeleke for his re-election. If you check very well, you see that Davido actually came out fully to support his uncle during the campaign. In fact, from the day one, in fact, Davido even organized a campaign group for youth. Yes, and look at him here. The celebration was massive. The Adeleke family today, Davido came out in mass with his campaign team to celebrate together. During the election day, Davido was actually in London for his show. Yes, last time at London. Now the election has won, and he has came back to Nigeria to join his uncle to celebrate. If we check, since after the election, all the Adeleke family, both Davido's dad, all of them join hand. They have been celebrating. They have been appreciating those who joined them to campaign, and also those who joined them in the rest of this wonderful moment, the governorship election period. And Davido on his own side, fans are celebrating him because of the awareness Davido created, the international awareness. It also made some Nigerian politicians to withdraw their plans of rigging the election. Even the president made the President Tinubu's interest to be withdrawn from the election, knowing fully well that Davido has created the international awareness about this election. But when the clip here, Davido was spotted in the streets of Osun State with his friends, and they are celebrating together this wonderful win for Adeleke family. What the clip I'm out to share? Peace.
Flog them!
It's a very, very privilege to have in the house David Adeleke, the musical global icon in the house. We are going to do it. It's going to be a free interaction within the members of the pop estate of the Red and the celebrity icon, a proud son of the Adeleke family and Adeleke dynasty, the man who is the face of the youth engagement drive of the Adeleke family and generally the administration of His Excellency, the brand new governor of Osun State, just re-elected, Senator Dr. Ademola Jackson Norudi Adeleke. In the house this afternoon, we have members of all the three genres of the media.
That we're meant to do my last tour, but I think in December the stadium should be done. I think before inauguration. So I think after inauguration we'll have the Davido concerts finally in Osun. So we thank God. I landed this morning from London. I had a show in London, couple shows and stuff like that. I was watching the election from there. So yeah, we came back home to celebrate with family and I'm very, very excited. So I would like to hear from you guys. If you guys have any questions for me, I'll take it.
Thank you very much. That was a very brilliant one from the chairman. Yes, colleagues, I would like to seek your indulgence. We cannot take everybody because of his engagements. But we are going to take four.
But stood their ground, defended their votes from the polling units all the way to the local coalition centers, then from there to the main coalition center. That stayed up, stood outside, and the love, I don't know how many times I cried that day because the love was amazing. And this should be, my uncle, the governor, should be an example to all other government officials out there and governors. It shows that if you work well for the people will work well for you. Yes. No matter what. They brought everything they could have used. And it didn't work. Because the people were just and God.
First one, he's also the chairman youth mobilization. And he's a musician, that one is a special field. You can ask anything about that one. So, but in order not to keep ourselves there, your question is one. There is no attachment. There is no addendum. There is no one A, one B. Please. Yes, all about particularly, your question is one. Your question is one. Your question is one. Your question is one. Can you be identified with the microphone or across somebody else?
I would rather not ask because
all right.
I have more than one question. So
allow me, let's start with that.
I have more than one question.
Good morning. Good morning. I would like you to look.
Gentlemen on the press, family, friends. I'm very happy for this day. First of all, congrats to Mr. Governor on his re-election for the second term. Well deserved. Hard fought battle. In fact, let me not call it battle, war. When you have 17 governors, 50 senators, House of Rep, I don't know how many they were, against one man, and he came out victorious. God is good. To the Osun people,
Had the almost 4 years been spent by your uncle already. There is no how man can be perfect in all aspects. Do you notice any flaw, any mistake? What advice will you give to your company to adjust in the next 4 years?
Please, I also ask somebody from this side to bring a pen and a paper so you put the questions together so that you can answer that for the sake of the cameras. When we do stop our calls, it will be difficult somehow. Please, a paper and a pen so that you just the questions, you can put it together and answer it as a flow.
let me answer the question.
Okay, let him answer that one subsequently.
If you ask me, I'll say the last 4 years I don't see any flaws from Governor Adeleke. And it showed in our election results. We went from 2022. I think we were leading by 20,000.
Yes.
Then this one is how much? 60. Oh God, 60. That's with the party house. So when you see ×3 of votes from the previous, from when we entered, obviously that is a sign of the people accepting that the governor has worked well. So I don't think that there's any flaw if you ask me. But if you ask me, should we do more? Of course. We're learning every day. The governor has an extra 4.5 years, to complete the dream. If you go around Osun right now, I know how many people,
to people that have knowledge about these things. You understand? So like I said, revamping the team as a whole, getting better facilities, better players. By the time even a facility for practice, I don't think they should be practicing in the stadium. I feel like they should have a separate, ground where they practice, and stuff like that.
Future plans for the state. Myself, the chairman of the Sports Trust Fund, I wanted to do a lot of things, but I actually wanted to wait for the election to, pass by. I know during the campaign you were saying I'm the chairman of the Church Trust Fund and I've not done anything, blah blah blah. I've not done anything, but I'm almost done with the stadium. I'm actually going to go and visit the stadium today. There are plans to also build a recreational center for the youth, which will involve football fields, swimming pools, paddle, tennis, basketball, track, everything sports, what I'm saying? So that's another project that I'm looking forward to. And most importantly, my job. I'm very excited for these next 4 years for my uncle. Look how Osun is already thriving already. So I can just imagine the plans, for the next 4 years. But I really, really want to thank the Osun people, for standing by their dedication, standing by my family, and making sure, we got re-elected. With all the intimidation, all the vote buying they did, what did they do? What I'm saying? And I remember somebody called me, somebody was talking to me about the election, I think a day before, and the person said it would be a miracle for us to get re-elected. It would be a miracle. That's what the person told me. But anyway,